After this big hurdle of life, everything will get better, will be super good, extremely good, unbeatably good. I came across this book by chance. After I finished the preface, I was determined to recommend it to everybody. In this book, I saw the tenacious vitality and yearning for life of a young girl. Most importantly, she always has an optimistic attitude when facing the cruel hand fate has dealt her. Accept your fate. I want to express my humble opinion. The author mentioned accepting your fate here. To us, the word accept means admitting your failure, accepting you are backing out. It gives you a sense of discouragement. But after I finished reading the whole book, I didn't feel the slightest frustration. So I think in our life, we should obey our fate. Why do I use the word obey? No matter what fate brings us, either tremendous happiness or huge pains, all the suffering we have to go through, we should accept it calmly and obey it, because this is our life. While we obey our fate, we should also keep learning, keep working hard, in order to make ourselves better and better, to fight the hard hand fate has dealt us, to master the ability to feel happy. I remember what Allen Iverson once said, "I play every game like it's my last game," just like we should live every single day for the rest of our life as our last day. Don't lose courage. I've always thought courage is a very important quality of a person. Courage represents beginning, and courage represents facing reality. Courage means standing up or overcoming difficulties. It can also help you advance ahead full sail. Courage is the very first step of the 10,000-mile journey on the Great Wall. Courage is the enemy of fear, and courage is the driving force to hold on when we face the storms. Maybe there is only one success after 10,000 failures. Just like what our author Qiqifu wrote in the book, true bravery is not ignorance or fear for nothing, but having gone through failures, unbearable pains, fully aware the peril ahead, still trudge it on without looking back. After finished this book, I thought of my brother Big Bear. True to his name, Big Bear is a man from northeastern China, about 1.85 meters tall. However, he has a delicate appearance. He has single-fold eyelids and a prominent nose, handsome, suave, and very popular with girls. He likes to wear baggy jeans or overalls because his hip and thigh muscles are so overly developed. He can't fit them in those slim-fitting pants. He is that kind of person who would help you carry anything if he sees your hands are occupied. If his friends get into a fight, he would be the first one rush to his side to help. People who don't know him well may think he looks too fierce or too serious, but he always has a smile for his friends. We are basketball buddies who play together all the time. Because he plays so well, we are the perfect partners dominating the court. But when we get to the dinner table, drinking and chatting, he has to drink everyone under the table. Him with his unyielding spirit, versus me, who would never admit a defeat. We would fight to death every single time. I remember he has a habitual dislocation of his shoulder joint. Often on the basketball court, in the middle of a game, he would suddenly hold his shoulder and say, "Wait, I dislocate my shoulder." Then he would put it back on with no expression whatsoever on his face. "Okay, let's go again." Once, me and a few good friends went on a barbecue party in a cabin on the beach. We had a name tag ripping battle after dinner. In the middle of the battle, Big Bear broke his pinky finger. He said, "I'll be right back." An hour later, he's back with plaster bandages wrapped around his finger, and he went right back to our game as if nothing happened. Because of our work, we don't get to see each other that often. In the party we had later, he told me he couldn't drink anymore due to the medications he took. I thought he's making an excuse. I asked him what kind of minor ailment he had that he had to give up drinking. He told me, "Sanjian, I got myasthenia gravis." Myasthenia gravis. I believe many people know very little about this disease. It's similar to Steve Hopkins' amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. But for a young person who loves sports very much, the chance of getting this kind of disease is extremely low. "How did you get it?" He told me. Once he's on a business trip to an annual meeting in Beijing. He kept partying with friends, drinking nonstop, and performing on stage. He's such a considerate person who is mindful of the feelings of others, never want to disappoint anybody. So he was exhausted. He had a low fever when he returned home, and it had lasted for nearly 2 months. He had experienced shortness of breath, blurred vision, and strabismus. It took him half an hour to go down dozens of stairs. Because this disease is very rare, the doctor could not make a diagnosis at first. Big Bear went through so many hospitals in Shenzhen. He was treated for stroke. When he went to acupuncture treatment for the 3rd time, his face was covered fully with needles. But the old Chinese traditional doctor felt something was wrong and said, "I don't think you had stroke. It may be myasthenia gravis. You should go to a major hospital for a full workup as soon as possible." After he was diagnosed, the doctor advised him to be admitted for treatment immediately, but only the intensive care unit has vacancy. Big Bear stood at the door of the ICU and saw those critical patients. It's too depressed. He wanted to flee. He thought if he's admitted to the ICU, his life was almost over. Not to look down on any ICU patients. There are 3 ways to treat myasthenia gravis. The first treatment is large dose of hormone therapy, but there will be side effects, such as obesity, hair loss, osteoporosis. Because Big Bear already suffered psychological trauma from his illness, he especially didn't want to look like a sick person. A healthy appearance to him is a morale booster. The second treatment is blood transfusion, but the effect can only last for a month. In the end, Big Bear chose the most conservative method. treatment combined Chinese traditional medicine with Western medicine. Taking medications has become a part of his life. He has to take medicine even he does not eat food. In addition, he insists on exercising and running in the park close to his home every day. There is a street lamp every 10 meters, and it becomes his destination. From a few meters to a few hundred meters to 3 kilometers. He knew he couldn't run very far, but every time he ran past the street lamp, he felt it's a small triumph. Holding on time and time again made him firmly believe, as long as he's alive, he can definitely become better. When he reached the 3 kilometer mark, he finally felt he started to recover. He regained the strength to speak. After going through this ordeal, he gradually becomes more calm, more positive, looks more on the bright side. For those nights tormented by this illness, he gazed upon the ceiling and reflected the first half of his life, not taking good care of himself, overindulgence, and wasted a lot of time. One thing he said to me left me a deep impression. The depth of your life is more meaningful than your lifespan. Contribute to the society and make your life worthwhile. Even one day I may leave suddenly, I will not regret it. Later, he found a job in education sector, and every little progress and success of his children made him feel delighted. When he's fighting with the disease, his girlfriend broke up with him. He lost confidence, didn't dare to talk to girls anymore, let alone to develop a relationship, because he thought with his current condition, he couldn't have a future with somebody, couldn't take his responsibility. Just then, he met an angel, a random like from the WeChat moment posts. Big Bear was reconnected with his first love. After chatting online for some time, they met in person. They found out even after 10 years, they haven't changed much. One day, she gave Big Bear a present. It's a mailbox. She didn't give him the password and asked him to take a guess. He guessed it right on the first try. It's a date of them first being together. Even separated for 10 years, she would write him a few letters each year, tell him what happened with her life, how she missed him, and send to this mailbox. Big Bear cried after he read the letters. There is someone in this world would miss him and take him to her heart like this for 10 years. He confessed his medical condition to her, that he might stop breathing any time, any day might be the last day. I'm afraid you would leave me. I don't want to face that day, or face you like that. But she said, even if it's not you, I was with someone I didn't love as much. I wouldn't leave him when this happened, let alone it's you. After heard his story, words cannot describe how I felt. In my mind, this is what true love should be like. For better, for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. When Big Bear invited me to his wedding, I cleared my schedule so that I could be there to witness their love. Even though my seat was at the farthest corner, it doesn't matter, since I gave them my best wishes. From then, we still party together. We raise our wine glass, he raises his water cup. As his brother, I would never allow him to drink a single drop of wine anymore, even he wanted to. we would definitely stop him. Just a couple of days ago, he sent me the picture of his newborn daughter. This buddy has both a boy and a girl in merely a few years. That's really enviable. And we also made more connections. We would encourage and cheer each other up. Anytime in the future, if Big Bear need help, I would definitely step forward. So I want to say one thing to him, brother, everything will be alright. I also want to send best wishes to our strongest Qiqifu, who likes Zhang Wuji the most. I started to think, what is the most important thing amongst good friends? I think it's kindness and loyalty. First, we should treat everything and everyone with a kind heart. Second, whenever you encounter any difficulties, I will support you any way I can. This is what loyalty all about. Not like someone, when you were at the high point of your life, he would call you teacher. When you were in trouble, he wouldn't even send you a message to show he cares, let alone meet in person. When we feel our destiny is unfair, we are still growing in the process. We start to see things and people more clearly, understand what is sincere, what is fake. Again, let's stay strong together. Do you think that's it? Last, I want to share my favorite word recently. Come across something unexpectedly. No expectations, no disappointment. Everything will be a surprise. We would meet what we truly love, often when least expected. This is the tender comfort life offers to you. This is my unexpected encounter.